Hello FlossTubers, Stacy here as always, and this is actually the beginning of season 6. So it has been 6 years since I started doing YouTube videos, and actually a few days ago I got a notification on one of the social media things that 6 years ago I did my very first video. It was on Instagram, and at the time Instagram would only allow 60 seconds of video to be shot. So my first video that I ever had was only 60 seconds long, and hence why I got a YouTube channel so that I can make longer videos. And then I discovered FlossTube and started doing FlossTube videos. And I also do other crafts and other videos with other crafts. Last year I didn't do as many other crafts other than cross stitch, but this year I'm going to try to do better, which means welcome 2023 to Stacy's world of crafting, I guess. So this is the first FlossTube for 2023, and as a lot of you know, because of watching other people's FlossTube videos or following other people on Instagram, there was a stitch along that was going on New Year's Eve. And what that stitch along was, you would work on 12 different projects, one every hour, starting at noon and going to midnight to ring in the new year 2023 at midnight, with finishing the hour on your 12th project. So some people were doing all new starts, some people are doing all whips, and some people are doing a mixture of new starts and whips. Now I have enough new starts, I have enough things to start it to be 12, but I decided to work on 12 different whips instead. And I also did not do this on New Year's Eve because of a couple of different things. First of all, I was working. Second of all, I had some family over to play games until midnight struck. So what I did was I did 6 on New Year's Day and 6 on the day after, because both of those days I had time off of work to be able to stitch for 6 hours. So what I did was all whips, and here are the projects that I did. Here is the day and the hour that I worked on it. Now, of course, some of these, well, all of them, I didn't work exactly 60 minutes. I worked, 50 something minutes or 48 minutes, just depending on what it was. But I did switch projects whenever the clock struck the hour, so to speak. So I did, some of my projects are on linen. I could tell that after spending that same time stitching on the linen stuff as the Ada, that I was a little bit slower on linen, but I could also tell by looking at other people's posts on this 12 by 12 stitch along that I'm fairly a fast stitcher, and I didn't know that I was quite a fast stitcher until I saw in comparison. So I did count how many stitches I did on each project, and I'll put that at the bottom as I show each project, and that will be down here on the video. The first project that I worked on for an hour was, and you've seen it many times before, the fall fairy. Now this one I worked on after I did the 12 by 12. So the last time that you saw it, and now it looks like this. Every cross is done. It's a full coverage piece. I still have to do the back stitching, and there's some beads on this. And I'm going to say that I am a little bit discouraged from doing the back stitching, because if I can get it close enough, there is so much back stitching just in this little bit that you cannot see, because the back stitching is the same color as the crosses that are underneath it. There's a lot of back stitching going on in here. There's back stitching around all of these leaves in here, but you can't really see it except on like that one. All of these leaves also have back stitching around them, but you can't see it very well. There's back stitching in here of the dark brown color, because it's on the dark brown, you can't see it well. And so I'm just discouraged about how much work I'm putting into it, and yet you can't see it. And I had thought, okay, let me darken it or change the color of the floss so that I am able to see all of this work. But then I've already done so much that I kind of don't want to go back and do it again. I don't know. So I do believe that I'm going to keep stitching it with what it calls for, and you just won't be able to see a lot of the back stitch. It just is. So here is that one. Cross is complete, finally. I started this in 2016. No. Yeah. I started this in 2016, I believe. And that was before I started doing FlossTube and all of that. So I don't time myself on this one. You can see in the picture that they have on the front of the project, the kit, that you can't see as much back stitching either. I don't know, it's just kind of like, why would you even put back stitching in it if you can't see it? I really thought that I would have this done for my next video that I made, because I was so close. I just haven't been gung-ho on it, I guess. Project number 2 was mandala jellyfish. So before the 12 by 12, this is what it looked like. After the 12 by 12, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna get paper. So basically for the 12 by 12, I did all this yellowy orange color in here. This one is by Awesome Pattern Studio. It is on linen that I dyed myself, and I believe that this is going to be a quick finish once I pick it back up, and then I'll be ready to, I think I'm going to hoop frame the jellyfish along with the crab and the seahorse that I also have that look similar. Quiet Night. I tried to pick all projects that were easy to pick up and just start stitching on without having to open Pattern Keeper and without having to get a stand for my frame or anything like that, so I picked stuff that I thought would be easy to pick up on quickly. And now, after working on it for the 12 by 12, basically this little sky area, all half stitches, which means I got more stitches done because they were half stitches. So this little sky area on that side of the tree there is what I did in the hour. And this is what it will look like when it's all done. Ooh, there's a bad glare. It is a Dimensions Petite, which means basically 5 by 7. Number 4 is the Victorian Charm by Dimensions. This is the pattern. Victorian Charm, you've seen it a few times before on my FlossTube if you're watching my FlossTube. Basically, what I worked on for the 12 by 12, all I could get done pretty much was this outline of some windows, that gray. All one color. I didn't even get to change colors. But that's okay. So, the gray outline there for some windows. And here is that. Number 5 in the 12 by 12 stitch along. So I sewed a stitch, Peter Pan, and like all these others, it's a whip, and you have seen it before. And in the 12 by 12 stitching, I did, let's see here, what did I do? Oh, yeah, this cloudy area up here and the little startings of a rainbow. So it's actually some clouds, some water, and the startings of a rainbow. This one, do I have a picture? Not on me. I don't have the picture with me for the video, but the last time that you saw it was a few months ago. Now, after stitching on it for an hour, we have this brown, light yellow, and a few blue bits right in here. This one is going to be almost like a full coverage stocking once it's done. And I say almost because like this area here, and like there's some area here, it's not exactly a stocking shape, so the edge of the stocking will go around, so the stitches will not go completely to the edge. That was number 6. That was the last one that I worked on for New Year's Day, and the last 6 I worked on January 2nd, the day after New Year's. Number 7, and you have not seen this one for a long time. I'm talking a couple of years since you've seen this one, if at all you even remember it. It is Mirabilia the Petal Fairy. I started this a long time ago, and all I did was, I think, 2 strands of floss that I worked on, all the same color, right in the center of her dress right here. This time I just kind of worked around that and added to it, This is also on a piece of linen that I dyed myself. See, this is how little is on it that I don't even know which way is up and which way is down. So as you can see, I didn't add a whole lot to it as I only had an hour. And there's a little bit lighter reds in here. That's what I worked on. Let me make sure that's right side up before I just go assuming. Yes. So basically her arm will come right here. This is her back. This is her waist. It's been a long time since you've seen that one, but now that I've picked it back up and started stitching on it again, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get this one done. 8, 9, and 10 are Sew to Stitch fairy tales. The first one, number 8, Beauty and the Beast. All of these are on the same fabric, so excuse me for just a second while I scroll my fabric here. Alright, last time you saw Beauty and the Beast, it looked like this. And now after stitching on it for 12 by 12, it looks like this. So pretty much I did the purple up here, the purple here, and these pinks or dark rose in here. This will be for curtains and this is for roses. And that's what I worked on for the hour. Next, I did Aladdin's Wonderful Lamp. For the 12 by 12, I worked, well, the last time you saw it, it looked like this. And then for the 12 by 12, I worked on it and I did this stitching right here on Jasmine. So that's Jasmine over there. I just did skin. So there is a crop top slash bralette that's right there that I didn't stitch on, as you can see. This one's going to be super cute when it's done. I really like this one. And then last for the Sew to Stitch fairy tales is Alice in Wonderland. And for the 12 by 12 on her, I worked on the Cheshire Cat up here in the corner. So he or she is purple. These are the cheeks and then the outline around the little block there, which I had to frog. I had done half of the outline and I realized that it was off by 1 stitch, and so I had to frog it and then start again. I didn't get as much done in the hour. I'm also hoping that all the Sew to Stitch fairy tales get finished this year. I had 6, I finished 2. Those were the other 4 that you've seen in this video. Okay, on to a couple that you've never seen before, and that's because they're not mine. First, for number 11, project number 11, I worked on something that well, both of these I got out of my sister's stash from many years ago. And when I say many years ago, I'm talking 90s, early 2000s. This one is called Santa's Journey Stocking. and she had stitched on, like I said, I'm doing all whips. So she had stitched on this, and this is what it looks like before the 12 by 12. Let's see here. They're really good about putting dates. But remember, I just got this out of my sister's stash that she's had from years ago. Dimensions Gold Collection. Dimensions has been in this business forever. Oh, this one actually says copyright 2005. So this one isn't as old. And after I stitched for the 12 by 12, it now looks like this. Basically what I did was this tree line that's in the background of Santa. It's hard to see. I apologize. Lots of shadows today. So she had already done all of this green and red on the tree, and then all of pretty much Santa's outfit. And I did the tree line in the background there for my hour of stitching. She told me after I had picked two from her stash, she said, oh, you can just finish those. No, wait, I have enough whips of my own. I don't need to inherit more. But depending on what it is, who knows? I might finish it. So she's not completely wrong. Okay, the last project, project number 12. Do I even have a picture? Yes. This is by Lavender and Lace, and it's called Blue Moon Angel. And she had more than half of this done. I would say she had 80% of it done. She had all of this done except for this tiny little bit right in here of ribbon, and that's what I worked on during the 12 by 12. And this one, like I said, Lavender and Lace. Let's see. Copyright 1995. Blue Moon Angel, 1995. I believe that that's all of the work that I've done. It was fun to do the 12 by 12. Next year, I'm thinking if I finish quite a bit this year, maybe next year, I'll be on Team New Starts. And I'll just get wild. I believe I have 17 whips. Now, 3 of those I started whenever I was a kid, and I may not ever finish. 2 of them are very, very large projects that I'm using Pattern Keeper for. And one of them is so large that I may not ever finish. But I do have enough stuff that I could start 12 more new ones. But that would mean then that I would have 29 whips. Whew. And then they would probably never, any of them, ever get finished. We'll just see how the year goes. But happy 2023. I hope and plan on being a little bit better with posting videos on YouTube. And I wish all of you the best. So until next time, bye.